What's the formula for winning with what appears to be this roster right now? I don't think we're getting anything that's going to change it dramatically.
Well, I think you're hoping for a return from the offensive line. I think that is huge, huge key. And to just think that this is going to happen, the offensive line is going to be improved this year, that, there's some age now. You know what I'm saying? Your four top players are all 30 years or older now. And, so to think everybody, I think, just wants to equate that going back to the old system, which what they were all comfortable with, all of a sudden the Browns offensive line is going to be like it was in the early 2020s, where it was a top five for a couple of years unit. I think it's a stretch to just assume that that's going to happen. You do believe there's going to be more of a onus on running the football. Certainly, Judkins and, of course, Dylan Sampson and whatever role Jerome Ford plays. I think it's really difficult to equate where Ford fits into this room here in 2025, just because you did draft the two guys. But you're looking to shorten the game, obviously. You were looking for long, sustained drives. Certainly, hopefully, the Browns can be, more accurate as far as kicking than they were last year, which could keep them in games longer where the defense could have their opportunity. It's certainly going to come down to, is Cedric Tillman the player we all hoped we saw for that 3-week period last year, where he looked like a true, legitimate number 2 wide receiver in the NFL? Is Deontay Johnson, who seems to be saying all the right things and kind of accepting onus and, letting everybody know that, maybe he was not the best teammate, was not the best employee for a season and a half. If that can all be there, and you have an Njoku, and you have the rookie running backs, and you have the offensive line, but again, it does come down to quarterback. But I mean, if all of those things, and I'm not going to say going to be plus, but if all of those things, can at least function, can you at least find the quarterback to work with all of that and, make something happen? Again, I think if you're, realizing for a high win total from the Cleveland Browns in 2025, I think right now, I mean, you're really just basically, wishing on a star at this point. There's a lot of things that have to be seen from this Browns offense and a lot of individual parts of this offense that need to all succeed individually and then, of course, find a way to succeed collectively.